But basically the situation now, it's like a medal round at a World Hockey Championship. If Canada can win its remaining games, or if any team can, they will likely take home the gold medal. If not, things will be tough. Destiny will be out of your own hands. And off of his own feet is Martin Lapointe as he is dumped as they line up for the face-off by Keith Taychuk. Taychuk, a Winnipeg Jets draft pick, and he dumped Lapointe. And that is one reason why the Winnipeg Jets love him, because he has that mean streak. He is aggressive. This will be a hard-hitting North American-style game, and we are underway. John Lilly, number 19, up in the face-off for the U.S., another of the many good role players on this club. That's Tkachuk giving a bounce off the face-off, or Taychuk as he prefers to go by. Canada coming back. Dykhouse trying to move it in, and a penalty coming up. And you knew this wasn't going to take long. It has been a very chippy opening 25 seconds. Dykhouse up along the boards, giving a little rub, and offside is called, and a little crash just after the whistle. We have played 3 minutes and 45 seconds of the first period. No score between Team Canada and Team U.S. And here's Kimby Daniels with a chance. Not much room. He works it along the boards. Daniels knocked down, and Scott LaChance will work it out. Zador clears it back in for Team Canada. Stevenson up there. He will step into his man, Brennan. Back to the line. Zador shoots. That's just wide. Up around the boards, and the U.S. will come out. Chris Ferrero up there with Peter. This is Chris Ferrero getting it across in front. Konowalchuk with a chance. Kid is down. Konowalchuk scores. The U.S. goes up 1-0. Lindros trying to poke it loose. He's battling back there tooth and nail with Brent Bilodeau. A couple of very big players. Daniels almost broke through. Bouncing puck. Here's Daniels now. Right in. Score. Daniels back for Team Canada. Taychuk watching him. And Taychuk will slap it up around the boards. Can't get it out, however. Lindros up there after it. Here's Daniels. Cuts in front. Scores! Daniels makes it 2-1. Lead pass up for Lindros a little bit too far. And two-line pass called on Team Canada. The face-off will come all the way back into their zone.
When Pat Peak is
10-18 of the second
on
period.
the ice, Paul, then you've got to be careful, because he's a sniper as well, and he's a good offensive player. Any loose pucks around the net, he's apt to be the one that will jump on them. Brent Bilodeau, who was the first draft choice of the Montreal Canadiens this past draft. We've got 5 USA players who were first-round draft picks for the National Hockey League.
Turner Stevenson, one of his teammates in junior hockey for a while in Seattle, also a first-round draft pick of the Montreal Canadiens.
No, not at all. I think Team USA are a good skating hockey club with good offense, and they've got to do what they do best.
Taychuk really lowering the boom on Canada's Martin Lapointe. He gets crumpled to the ice. What a shift for Lapointe.
He lost his helmet, and go back and watch it again. He ran into Taychuk, and Taychuk's a big man. That hurt Martin Lapointe, but he got right back up and wanted to get into the scrum again. He forgot about the helmet and went right after the puck.
If anyone with the Winnipeg Jets organization is watching, probably a little smile on their face right now, because Keith Taychuk was a Winnipeg draft pick, and they really like the way he plays. Characterize him as a prototypical winger, tough.
The only question has been about Taychuk has been his skating, and especially on the big ice surface. But his leadership abilities and his determination make up for that lack of skating skill.
Played 15-20 of this second period. Team Canada leading the U.S. 2-1. Here's Taychuk trying to get it in front. Taychuk has been just great along the boards in the Canadian zone so far in this game. Look at him throw his weight around as he gave Niedermeyer a little shove there.
And Taychuk was also guilty of some checking from behind right there. I don't think he's being called on it, but I think he was being warned. And Taychuk isn't finished yet. The linesman tried to separate him. He took a knock initially from Niedermeyer, but ended up with possession of the puck. Now watch the battle continue. Niedermeyer went right back after Taychuk, had his stick wrapped around him. Taychuk didn't appreciate that, so he ran Niedermeyer right straight into the boards, head first.
Got a little streak of Mark Messier in there somewhere. A little meanness.
Oh, Winnipeg would like to hear that.
Cullimore at center for Canada. Spun around by his man. LaChance moves it up, gets it in front, scores! Chris Ferrero.
You catch those winks when you can.
Pat Peak, number 16, being caught up in a maze there. What a job to get loose, but he can't get it in front. Dykhouse with a nice play there to block the pass. Here's Peak along the boards again. Niedermeyer chopping at him. Strong shift by Pat Peak to keep this drive alive late in the period. Peak along the boards. And a penalty coming up against Team Canada. Not much dealt there. Tyler Wright really took a run to come in and hit his man, and referee Ari Mikkonen making the call.
That's where Team Canada has got to listen to their coach. And every coach that has ever coached an international team over here understands the word restraint. And trying to get that across to your players is sometimes difficult. Rick Kornakia has talked about that right from the start of training camp. Dick Todd in the past year talked about it. And right here, Tyler Wright, who likes to show his aggressiveness and loves to hit, didn't pick the right time. Watch this. Junker just gets that stick up way too high on Brian Rafalski, and he ends up going to the penalty box. Watch Scott LaChance as he moved that puck first. And then the traffic in front of the net on Trevor Kidd was a little hectic.
How about that cross check from Carl Dykhouse?
What cross check? Did you see a cross check?
Ran his man over. Everyone crowding in there. And it was John Slaney who pushed the net off by the looks of it. Bouncing puck in front, a swipe at it for Konowalchuk, scores! The U.S. takes the lead.
Chris Ferraro was banging away at that loose puck.
Into the boards now for Canada. Poulin trying to get it in front. And play is called. A cross-checking penalty coming up against.
I think it's Rich Brennan, isn't it, that's going off?
Brennan coming in with the cross-check in back of the net. And actually, I believe it's going to be number 22, Marty Schreiner.
And Brennan, both involved. But watch in the corner. Scott LaChance is on his man. Watch this. There's where the cross-check occurred.
The team that wins this game will have gold medal hopes still in their control. The team that loses will likely need help from other sources. Here's LaChance. A bullet right on. Kidd blocks it. Rebound, scores. Konowalchuk. And check that, it was Ralston. It's 4-2. Nelson trying to knock it loose. Bilodeau up off the boards. Here's Nelson. Poulin comes back in to Stevenson on the backhand. Rebound, scores. Lindros up in the face-off for Team Canada. Junker and Niedermeyer also right up in the face-off with Kimby Daniels. Only one man back in this face-off alignment. That is John Slaney, parked all the way back at the right point. And it comes back to Slaney. He'll step up, cuts across, lifting it in front. All kinds of traffic, 3 red jerseys, and no one could get a stick on it for Team Canada. Here's Daniels. And back behind the play, a U.S. player is on the ice rolling around. Keith Taychuk, the team's captain, looked as though he got a stick in the midsection. He just dropped to the ice after his scramble. And is being looked at, as you can see there, by the trainer.
Well, even though that's right in front of us, I didn't see what happened. It was behind the play, and Tkachuk all of a sudden was in great pain rolling around on the ice. Let's take a look at it. Maybe it happened a little earlier. Right. Oh, there it is.
And it looked like Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer gave Tkachuk that stick right in the stomach. Oh, go back and take a look at it one more time, and it doesn't get any prettier.
30 seconds to go. Niedermeyer shoots, and Dunham turns him back. Here's Lindros again. Back of the net there for Daniels. Couldn't get to it, and the puck cleared down the ice. Konowalchuk scores.
Just as the play was ending, Holzinger just wrapped Ryan Hughes into the boards heavily. That just added a little salt to the wound.